Hey, it's Mark Henry back again to tell you a little bit more about the occult and the paranormal. Well, today is August 21st, 2017, and if you were like many people, you were wearing these today, taking a look at the eclipse. Well, today I wanted to kind of talk a little bit more about the eclipse and how it relates to magic and spiritual activity. There is, unfortunately, a big shortage of information regarding eclipses and magic. So let's get started from the beginning. What happened today was a solar eclipse. That means that the moon passed in between the sun and the earth, and that is what's actually creating the darkness. You can see the kind of the corona around the sun, but most of it was blocked out. And of course, if you, depending on where you lived in the US, would determine how much of the eclipse you can actually see. Where I am down here in Louisiana, we got about 75%, which wasn't bad. It was pretty neat. So when we're talking about the eclipse, we're talking about three bodies. So we're talking about the sun, which is represented by the masculine, the energetic element of fire. Then we have the earth, which is materiality, stability, element of earth. Then we talk about the moon, which is more yin, passive, and ruled by intuition and the emotions. And you have those three things, those three celestial bodies and forces lining up. What else? Okay, so what you have also is what the eclipse is actually doing. It is creating a liminal state. Liminal meaning it is in an in-between time. It's not daytime necessarily due to the sun. It's not a shadow of the earth turning, meaning night. It is something creating the darkness. And actually, it's a disruption of the natural rhythms of nature. In fact, a lot of animals act erratically. They think it's night. The cows typically go back to the barn rather than being in pasture. And other birds also act erratically, thinking that it's nighttime when it actually is not. So there's a disruption of nature, but it is all kind of an illusion. So the liminal state is kind of an in-between state. Also that liminal state is a representation of the trickster spirit, which rules the crossroads, and I'll say a little bit more about that a little later. At work today, I wasn't able to actually do a ritual, of course, but I was able to see it, and I was able to meditate and attune myself to the energy of the eclipse. It felt like the void. It felt like a calmness, a calm power, a stillness. I could actually feel the I guess the rhythms actually start to settle a little bit. It actually had a calming effect when I tuned into the actual eclipse itself. So what can one do as far as an eclipse concerned? Because there will be others in our lifetime. So since this eclipse is over, what could you take advantage of in the future? Well, one is that there's an increase in spirit activity in the eclipse. It's temporary. Spirits tend to be more active. They tend to stir. So you could use that opportunity to connect with them. Give them offerings. Try to find out information. You could also start to try to connect with crossroads deities, like I mentioned, the ones who are responsible for those in-between times, or rulers of those times that can cross in between the worlds, which is what's actually can happen during the eclipse state. So we're talking about the liminal deities, the crossroad deities of things, people like Hermes, Legba, Hecate, Mercury. All of those deities could be honored. You can do a special ritual for them. So it is a magical time. Anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there, kind of give some extra information on the eclipse. Maybe something that you don't normally hear on Fox or CNN. Okay, please subscribe and like. If you have any comments or you want to add anything to the knowledge that is about the eclipse and metaphysics and paranormal, I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later.